Well, winter struck, and I don't think I'll be getting out and doing much more gold digging. But fortunately, I've prepared for a situation like this. Well, this is my idea to keep busy or to keep the gold fever at bay. What I did was I went down to the Arkansas River, down to one of the public plastering areas, and loaded up some dirt and brought it home with the idea of running it through the gold cube and just seeing how much gold I could get out of it, just to kind of keep the fever at bay. And I've never done anything on YouTube before, so I thought that I might share. I've got the gold cube set up. Everybody seems to do it a little bit differently, but it's obviously, since it's here in my garage, set up to recirculate. I think probably the most important thing is to get it pretty level. And I've got it hooked up to a power supply. It's converting the AC from the outlet to DC for the pump. And you know, I've run this thing on a battery, stream side. It works great. You know, I've got one of the little ones for the children's cars that you see, and it runs it fine for hours. So that's pretty neat. You can set these up stream side and use them. But today we're going to use it at home because it's still snowy out. And I'm going to take some of the dirt that I got in the field and classify it down. The gold cube likes to see it around a 8 mesh. I've classified some material, and I'm ready to get going with the gold cube, run some dirt. One of the important things is to run some water across the mats because initially you'll see that there's air bubbles on the vortex matting, and they suggest that you use a brush and get everything good and wet to get those air bubbles out of there, because it'll, you know, the gold will have opportunity to set someplace. So just run a little water through here. I'm going to take off the slip plate that sits on the top, set that aside. And then I'm going to give this a good brush. And I think this is very worthwhile to do. Alright, here it is in action. You just kind of see the pump down there and the AC to DC converter I've got hooked up. You know, the only problem with the gold cube, and this is obviously very trivial, is that you just don't get to watch your gold showing up in the mat. And that is kind of a fun thing. I think that's why I enjoy stream sluicing. Is, you know, it's nice to hear the stream and watch the gold show up in your sluice. But I'm running dry material, and you'll see just how fast you can feed this thing. Now, of course, in their test videos, if you look online, they do, I think, like 10 buckets in, I don't know, say an hour and 20 minutes, something to that effect. They really go through it fast, and they're running wet material. At any rate, I think I'm going to probably clean up more often, more frequently than you might need to. I think, you know, I think they've said on their videos on the Gold Cube website that they've run maybe 10 buckets before they've cleaned up, and there was no problem with that. I'm just not going to do it because if you look down there, I can't hold 10 buckets. So I'll have to break down, empty that the tailings out, you know, more frequently and add water, etc. before I process all this dirt. So that's about the size of it. Now here's something that's pretty cool about the Gold Cube, is that this dirt that I'm running, you know, really all the gold is, 50 mesh, probably smaller. I would say you'd probably find the majority of it in the 100 mesh range, and even smaller, so it's really small gold. This, and there's quite a bit of black sand, I think, but the Gold Cube really captures that small gold well, and I really don't worry about losing any. I mean, this is a really precision affair going on right now. I've got just the right angles, I got the right amount of flow. That thing is catching the gold, and it's catching the small gold. So it's really pretty nice. All right, well, I got one bucket in, and you can see the color of the water now. You know, it's pretty dirty, and I don't think that I need to clean up right now. I could probably run another few buckets, I guess. But I don't know, you can probably look at the color of that water and probably figure out where I got all this dirt. You don't really see it that color very often around here. So anyway, I'll do a little cleanup and show you what that looks like. Normally, I'd do this in the backyard with the hose and spray out this matting that they've got in the Gold Cube, and it comes out great with the hose, a little pressure. I don't really do it this way very often. It's not difficult, but it's not as fast. Set this over here, slick plate, and so this is what's probably got all the gold in it. And so I'll just put this in the container here, and I can just splash the water up on here and get a lot of it out. But I'll tell you what, this matting, the vortex matting, is really holds the gold in there good, and so what's probably a good idea is to brush it. But like I said, when you do this with the hose, it really comes out there good. Okay, wanted to show you what I had done here. Besides making a mess on my garage floor, I've taken the cup or cup and a half, whatever was left, you know, from the concentrates from the Gold Cube, and screen them. And the idea behind that is that you know, if you can get the gold the same size as the material that you're trying to clean out, the gold's going to win. It's going to be the heaviest. It'll be in the bottom of the pan. Honestly, there's so much black sand in this material that it's very, very difficult to pan out or even blue bowl unless you do this. So this makes things so much easier, and you won't have as much gold loss. This particular thing I'm showing you right here is what I did was 20, 30, 50, and 100 mesh. That's the 100 mesh there. It's pretty small stuff. You can see that you can't see through that screen, and so when I say the gold is 100 mesh or below, that's what we're talking about. Well, this is the minus 100 mesh, and I'm just panning it out here in a finishing pan as opposed to doing it in the blue bowl. I'm not positive how much I'm losing in the blue bowl, and I don't know, it's kind of fun to pan. This stuff is so thick that you just are constantly trying to get that gold worked down through it to the bottom, because it gets stuck in there and rides on top of the black sand and I guess that clay there. I'll show you a money shot here in a minute. Well, this is what the gold looks like. It's small.